The air in the Athenian courthouse was thick with anticipation and the smell of dust. 501 citizens, chosen by lot to serve as jurors, filled the stone benches, their faces a mixture of curiosity, suspicion, and outright hostility. In the center of this vast audience stood a man of 70, not with the posture of a criminal, but of a teacher in the agora. His face was weathered, his tunic simple, and his feet were bare, as they often were. This was Socrates, and he was on trial for his life, accused of corrupting the city's youth and of impiety, of not believing in the gods of Athens. His accusers had delivered passionate speeches, painting him as a dangerous trickster whose constant questioning undermined the very fabric of their society. When it was his turn to speak, a hush fell over the crowd. He did not begin with pleas for mercy or elaborate legal arguments. Instead, he spoke to them as he had always spoken to people in the marketplace, plainly and directly. He explained that his entire life had been a response to a riddle from the oracle at Delphi, which had once declared that no man was wiser than he. Confused by this, as he felt he knew nothing, he had embarked on a divine mission to question those who were thought to be wise, the politicians, the poets, the artisans. In every case, he found that their wisdom was a mere illusion, a pretense. They claimed to know many things, but could not stand up to scrutiny. "My only wisdom," Socrates declared, his voice echoing in the chamber, "lies in the fact that I know nothing." This was not the defense the jury wanted to hear. They saw it as arrogance. He told them he was a gadfly, a gift from the gods to the lazy horse that was the state of Athens, sent to sting it into a life of virtue and self-examination. He argued that he could not possibly be corrupting the youth. He never claimed to be a teacher and never took any money. He merely asked questions, and if the young men of Athens chose to listen and learn from his method of inquiry, it was because they, too, sought the truth. How could seeking truth be a crime? He turned the accusations back on his accusers, questioning their motives and their own understanding of virtue and piety. The vote was cast. The margin was narrow, but the verdict was guilty. According to Athenian law, Socrates was then asked to propose his own punishment. A man looking to save his life might have suggested exile. But Socrates was not that man. With a spark of defiance in his eyes, he told the court that for his service to the city, he deserved not a punishment, but a reward, free meals for life at the Prytaneum, an honor reserved for Olympic champions and heroes. This response outraged the jury. Their anger solidified. Seeing their reaction, his friends, Plato and Crito among them, frantically whispered to him. He then reluctantly offered to pay a small fine, a sum his friends would cover. But it was too late. The jury's pride was wounded. They voted again, this time on the punishment. The number of votes for the death penalty was far greater than the number that had initially found him guilty. His fate was sealed. He would die by drinking hemlock. Socrates accepted the sentence with an unbelievable calm. He told the weeping judges who had voted for his acquittal not to fear. "The hour of departure has arrived, and we go our separate ways, I to die and you to live," he said, his voice steady. "Which of these two is better, only the God knows." As the guards led him away, he was not a condemned criminal, but a philosopher who had given his final, most profound lesson, that a life unexamined is not worth living, and that a man of principle does not fear death, but dishonor.